Okay, good morning, everyone. This is Michael Venezia, the head trader at TradeView Markets. It's a little after, actually, it's a lot after 11 o'clock. It's 11:22. Let me share my screen. As I said, let me sign in TradeGATEHub very quickly. Get rid of this, tell you why. TradeView Stocks, TradeGATEHub, let's sign in. It's a Monday morning. I forgot to set this clock back here, or my wife didn't. Somebody's going to be in trouble. It says it's 10:20, but it's really 11:20. Bottom line is, this is what I said. I have a computer issue. I did. I was on the phone for so long, I couldn't get off. But listen, these are all the notes. Are we sharing properly? Over the weekend, I took a ton of notes. You can see that, right? Yeah, I took a ton of notes. Maybe Ken can't. Don't worry about it. All right, this is what I wanted to say, basically. Regardless of what the market's doing now, it gave back a little bit what it did over the weekend. I want us to talk about, you know what? I know what to do at this point. Hopefully, if you go through the videos at this point, you have an idea what to do. But the second time when I learned, I always knew how to trade, but when I knew how to there was a time when I knew also how to make money trading. I was doing poorly. I guess it was around 2010, and I went to my manager, my old firm, and I asked him for help. And he says, "Would you like me to give you advice in all due respect?" And I said, "Sure, I'll, whatever." And I appreciate the fact he said in all due respect. He really wasn't here to tell me after all these years what to do, but basically he was saying, "I'm offering you some advice if you'll take it." And naturally I did. And he says, "I'm not doing this now, but it's on the same parallel of handling this as a business." He says, "Michael, when you stop treating it like a video game to a degree, and treating it like a business, then you'll start seeing better results, or results you used to have." Pardon. Oh, I was up so early. The market was dying down at that point, and the active day trader, what was my greatest acumen, kind of dissipated, if you will, and we really got a lot more cerebral. So when I was thinking about over the weekend, and I always do, I take down notes, just these notes are a little bit different. You have to start handling what's going on in the market like a business. For example, if you sell T-shirts on the Jersey Shore, and obviously you know that the days like July 4th and Memorial Day and Labor Day, you know what your big opportunities are. You know what I mean? You don't really offer all these sales or do a lot of advertising in the middle of December when there's nothing going on. And you know what? It's time I refocused, or getting back to what's handling this as a business. Okay. And why? Because as I've done a lot of talking with my peers, and listen, it's a little after 11 o'clock, which I usually do, but I wanted to make a point to this at 11:25. I don't care if someone's listening. I'm saying to myself, it's really meaningless to go back right now with charts, or going back to track records, or oversold, or relative strength. Right now, as you can go see here, let's go to even the Goldman position indicator. Good morning. This is the Goldman position. Normally, this was bullish. Right here, Goldman, the most underfunded they've been. I'm going to go a step further, even before January of 2021. You know what I mean? So Goldman is extremely positioned lightly. As we said, hedge funds, I thought I posted the hedge funds, and I will if I didn't later, are almost so lightly positioned, it almost looks like they're short. Global flows to equity. This is going back a nice, this is an 8-year time of reference. And obviously 2020 being COVID, and 2019, these are serious instances we're talking about. So it's really meaningless to go back in time. Hold on. I've been taught, and it's worked continuously throughout my career. Look at Square, my God, Square. To buy something like Square, a 20% pullback, 10% is considered a dip. A 20% pullback is, I guess you can call a correction. But you know what? A lot of people are getting very, very frustrated. And some of my peers were even left the business. Square went from 300 to 100. Let's look at something like, I wanted to point another one out today. What was it? Stock went down like that. FUTU. The other China stock going down to a weekly situation. FUTU, another one. JD. You know what? Oh, that's on the high now. What a reversal. 42. I'll point that out. But what I'm saying is, and I'll read from my notes. I can't remember them all. There's no track record going back with the Fed of the war. Seasonality hasn't worked. So when you have no frame of no, it's like trading an IPO. I wanted to make a point about a chart. A chart is where a stock has been. It has no indication of where a stock is going. If you looked at something like Square or I don't know, AFRM, a stock that was 190 4 months ago is now 27. If a chart reflected where a chart was going, then everybody would keep buying the bottom, and it would only be a waiting game at that point. But it's not. As you see on AFRM, I actually bought it this morning to try to look at for abouts. I'm sorry, Gabriel. Up very early. I'll stop the one. I'll get to bed earlier. But look at AFRM. Make sure I'm on this on the screen. And this stock, this will be a perfect point. Stock in 2 days has gone from 37 to 27. That's what, 20%, 30%, 369. That's 30% in 2 days from a stock that is already down 80% from its highs. So you know what? When I look at today, my trades, I'm trying to catch a flyer, if you will. You know what? Let me change this. You know what? I was having computer problems. As you know from my screen, I usually do this in triangles and not dashes. So I'm buying AFRM. Okay, the stock opened, closed at 30.87. Upstart was down 11 at one point. Upstart, it was down 11 right here. It closed at 100, and you could have gotten Upstart at 90. I mean, this is just taking out short. This is just amazing what's going on here. Amazing. When the stock was 420, now it's 90. Okay, let me get back to the fundamentals and why I really wanted to come on. Even if I was late, wanted to say a couple of things. Okay. The most important thing to understand is with the SPX having 3% moves up and down on 2 different days yesterday is this. And nobody really believes they have an edge right now. No one believes they have an edge. It's why the VIX isn't even that elevated, because if the VIX was more elevated, then there would be an edge. I'd have an edge. The professionals would have an edge. There would be some sort of capitulation. So the bottom line is here, unfortunately, I've used all this analogy 1,000 times. After you play the round of your golf round of your life, for example, very few people go out and hit 5 buckets of balls and get that muscle memory down. The majority of the people, after they play the golf round of their life, they go to the bar, they get smashed, they drink 9 Kettle Ones, and they kill all the brain cells and they forget what happened. They lose the muscle memory. But this isn't going to happen now. So you have to let things play out. When we see more constructive signs, what are the more constructive signs right here? Obviously, the option flow, because the options are where all the smart money is, or capitulation with retail. From what I see here, there's very little retail left. So we're looking for Sharpies or guys to really step in. Okay. Time to follow the markets that no matter what I'm looking at, based upon the past, option guys positioning no. And the option guys aren't even getting long downs. So they're not even taking, listen, I happen to see through, if you go through every week and follow us, the option guys are still hedged. That's like a bookie taking in $1 million worth of bets and hedging on that. Usually when bookies hedge on something, they're worried or because, they have it crunched down. So what I'm seeing is even the smart guys are still hedging. So see, even right now, they don't even know what to do. So couple of other things. Sentiment is too lopsided at the moment right now. It's very negative, but you're unlikely to cash a big ticket, I think, on the downside at this current level here, probably even more so on the upside. So just, don't take on any significant risk. What I have done poorly is straight up is I want to be accountable as being somewhat hypocritical with these moves in the markets, even 3% moves per day. And by the way, they don't make these moves overnight, open up and sit there. They're making moves. So you have to, don't take a lot of overnight risk and stay tactical. Good money can be made during the day. And from what I've seen from even myself to some degree and my peers, it takes a lot for you to get this give back. So what else did I want to look at? Which info should we follow to identify capitulation? It's the same thing. You know what it is, Lewis? It's this. Let me go to this. It's a good question. And by the way, just let me say something also. You don't have to catch the bottom or use the word capitulation in order to do it. As you've seen, these stocks bounce and they'll have a solid floor. They're not going to say one day they're down and that's going to be it. It's going to take some time for back and fill, but I'll answer your question right now, Lewis. What do I follow for capitulation? Well, I usually follow the Goldman indicator, but for the past 3 weeks, that hasn't helped. Total put call's not washed out. The bank and bull indicator, a bank BOV indicator, it is at 2.3. That's getting very close. But you know what? People are saying they want to see Apple finally bottom. It did break the 200-day. It's trying to reclaim it right now. What's Apple doing? Please be going up. Apple. So Apple, by the way, this is, no, hold on. Apple, the big daddy, I have to say, the big daddy, two things with the Apple. The big daddy, it's near the 200-day, and Apple is the big daddy. By the way, this is the open price on Apple. And right now, that's what, 152.90. Let's go to the long-term chart or the daily. That's the 200-day on Apple. Is the green line is what? 153, 153.70. It's 153. So if Apple tries to reclaim this 200-day and holds, that'd be a big sign, especially if it holds the open. But that's only one stock. What else do I use, Lewis? Capitulation. We say it here all the time for the newbies. We'll give it to you. It's this. Hold on. It's the Sharpie indicator. It's what it's what smart money is doing against rookie money. AAB, bull and bear indicator right up there. But what do I look for capitulation? I look for fear. I told you all last week. I think things are down here, but I'm not fearful. I'm aggravated. But you want to see, once you want to right here. This is a drift, and it's been too orderly. Let's even look at the VIX. And I said before this morning, this was a good time to buy the VIX futures this morning when the market had all this movement. But this is the VIX. By the way, it is above the 200-day, and it's very rarely does it trend over the 200-day for that long. Let's go to the VIX weekly. The 200-day has been. I'm surprised how orderly it's been. That's the problem. There's got to be some sort of blow-off move, Lewis. You know what I mean? Everybody's been getting hurt in trying to buy in pieces, and the option premiums are just dissipating. So there's not really anything there. Stay tactical. And I know you like the movement, Lewis, and I appreciate that. That's where you come from. But just until things trade, like I said, I have 3 pages of notes here. So you know what I mean? It's meaningless to try to pick something because there really is a little bit edge. The reason why the market is moving wildly like this and no one really has any clue. So the thing here to do is just like if you're in the Jersey Shore in the winter or you're in a ski resort in the summer, stay tactical, wait for your time to come. And I know that all these cliches get mundane, but right now people are feeling it more than ever. It's almost like getting ready to sign on for the VIX futures. Already have that plan intact before it happens. So that's what I'm looking at right now. Let's go to the main page, if you will. You know what? Let's look at the Sharpie page because that's most important right now. Let me share my screen with the option guys. Price action, deceptive, order flow is not. That's it. What's moving? Okay. Under Armour, not interested. Nuclear conflict is back within realm of possibility. That's nice to hear. Bristol Myers, K-Web is bearish. That's the Chinese. K-Web is all over. Bed Bath & Beyond, JD bullish. So when I see Bed Bath & Beyond within the past 15 minutes and ARC bearish and Hood bearish and Tesla puts, small caps are lagging. You know what? That's small caps and they should have bounced from here. Just like I said, this is what I said. Small caps were lagging. Let's go to TradeGATEHub. And one of the most important points I made last week was this. Good call on FCX, coach. Hold on. And it's a relevant chart. It was a chart of the IWM. Right here. This is the IWM the last 6 weeks. This is the range it's been in. It's the same thing today. All we have to do is watch for these futures levels and trade tactically off them. Listen, let me go back to some more charts. I mean, Nutella, for example, one of my best picks. Everybody, look at this thing. I was selling it. I mean, I was stuck in the stock at 85. I sold a couple of thousand shares at 107. Now it's come down $30. I have 600 or 700 shares. That's one of my best of breeds. I think it's actually holding better. But you know what? I can't buy anymore here. God forbid this thing didn't rally up to 100. I'd be stuck with 3,000 shares down, like whatever amount of points. You know what, Coach? The bottom line is this, and I saw one of your old posts. It's really being decisive until the Fed, until, just pick fewer positions and fewer shares and be more tacticals. Lewis, you go back in the videos. You know what I like to do about capitulation. Let me go to the bigger list and see what's moving so you guys can also have a picture of what's going on. So for example, when I get off doing the video and I get finished fixing my computer problems, I tried to get in. I still have some problems. That's why I'm not going back to the screen yet. Let's look at here. Let's share. This is really all you need anyway. What's near the high? Holy, Sark, Zim, PING, NLOC, PRU, ARC, Q, short, SIG. What's on the low? It's stuff. Look at the rotation they have. LVS, CSIQ. Devon's down $5. Look at Devon. For those that, you know what? This is another good example, and I am going to leave it this. I say this a lot. Let me go to my screen. It's difficult to pick the tops and bottoms because you never catch the meat of the trade. Everybody was trying to catch it right here, even for weeks, for actually a week, from 60 to 63, getting hurt, 53 down there. What other ones was I doing? Moss, look at this one. Right there. Higher highs and higher lows. What about CF? You get the picture. Chevron was the strongest big daddy. Chevron out of nowhere. The high was 75, came down $11. Let me make sure I'm sharing my other page. All right, so this is what's going on. This is the stocks, what's high and low. Take a picture, take a screenshot. That's what's moving. You know what? You don't even have to take a picture or a screenshot. This is what you could do. You can go right back to, where are we? Where's TradeGATEHub? Oh, I know where it is. Hold on a second. TradeGATEHub. There's my screen. Why am I not on here? There's my screen. Open window. I have a window that's not open. It's open, but what happens? Why is my window open? Anyway, I'll go back to TradeGATEHub. I can't open this window. Oh, there it is. There it is. I'm sorry. I apologize. But you know what? You don't have to have those filters because this is what we have filters for. Go to my TradeGATEHub. Suppose I came back from lunch and I didn't have that there. This is what I would do. I would go to my stock screen. Every stock that was on that other screen is on here. For example, let's go to top US gainers. Every gainer is on here, is on my other one, guaranteed. Because you know what? I copied it like that to be it like that. Signet Jewelers, interest. A couple of retailers are holding okay. ASO, Luna, Para had a good move, Lewis. I don't know why that went, but that went just like a day like that. So do I have any other questions before I head out? Because I got some catching up to do. We'll get better. All right, everyone, I'll leave it at there. I'll get up back after lunch. Thank you for sharing. I'm going to go back after my computer, fix my computer, go through Coach's 9:30 Eastern video. I'll go through my video again to try to correct what's better and be better next time. So until then, everybody have a good day. Thanks for sharing. Have a plan. You know what? It's tactical and it's early. Don't be a hero. Trade within the ranges I gave you. The most consistent thing that I've given ever so far has been stocks within those ES levels. Okay. So until those, and God forbid, when those break, then, really everybody really has no edge. But you know what? That's the only edge for people right now, trading in that ES channel. So until then, like I said, I'll see you after lunch, everybody. Cheers.